Okay, folks, I think I'm live. I think a couple of minutes late, but welcome to Friday Night Tech Talk. Glad you're here. And we've got a couple of our regulars in here right off the bat. First one in was Eleanor, and she and Annette were right behind each other. Annette came in a couple of minutes after her. And we were discussing how cold it is here in the Chattanooga area, which is very unusual. And that lives in California, just 65 there. For her, that's cold. Um, Here's Ted in the comments, hoping he comes in. Eleanor's asking, where is Brian? Haven't seen him yet. Every once in a while, Brian will get busy and watch us on the replay. If you noticed, I'm actually wearing a coat today. I'm down in the lower part of the house, and it's actually cold down here tonight. So, yeah, that's right, Ted. This is the jacket I've been wearing all week. I was telling Annette, this is the longest sustained cold period I've seen since we came here from Florida in 07. And every day this week, it's been in the teens or below 10 at some point in the morning. So we've had a very cold, and I think tomorrow morning it's going to be like 14 too. So yeah, hopefully this cold will go away. I've had to exercise indoors all week. I hate that. Thank God I have my own gym, but I still don't like it. Anyway, anybody who's new here, welcome to Friday Night Tech Talk. We do this every Friday evening at this time. We talk about the stories that have been released since last Friday, so in the last week, tech stories, of course. And we broadcast simultaneously on YouTube. You're probably watching us there, but you could be watching us on Facebook. On my IDs on Facebook on Mobile Geezer, or you could be watching on George Hayes. And it's also simulcast on Twitter under Mobile Geezer also. So you can watch any of those four. Every week, I put the stories we're going to discuss on my web page. So let's share screen and show you that. So here's the show notes for tonight. If you go to if you go to mobilegeezer.wordpress.com, click on the date at the top and you'll just get the show notes for tonight. Let me make this larger if I can. And while we're here, I always give you a preview of what we're going to talk about and where the articles come from. So, tonight we're going to start with X. I said X approved for its 15th state money transmitter license, getting closer to Elon's Everything app. And that's on Phone Arena. And boy, they're getting more approvals by the state almost daily. So after that, the big story of the week, Galaxy Unpacked, the S24s were revealed. And we'll talk about that. I pulled it from CNET, so we'll go through that, everything that was revealed. And then on the S24 presentation, they were showing the circle to search and how you could just pull up anything you wanted. And I guess some others were thinking this was strictly a Samsung thing. No, it's an Android thing. And I have it on the Google blog, so we'll take a look at that. And then the not so good news. Now, of course, Eleanor and I both use T-Mobile, and as far as I know, we're pretty happy with it, but they got some bad news this week. They're in a suit being accused of intentionally lying to Congress to get their Sprint deal done, and swindling minorities out of their businesses at the same time. So that's on Phone Arena. We'll take a look at that. And then a not so bad T-Mobile story, but probably not great for the customers. T-Mobile home internet price hike for new customers this week. I believe it started yesterday. So I have that on CNET also. We'll take a look at that. And my final story for this week is going to be iOS 17.3, not beta, the real thing. It's confirmed to arrive next week. And that's on Tom's Guide, and we'll look at that also. Hey, Renz is in here. Hey, Renz, glad to have you, brother. I know you're at work and probably very busy, so very happy when you can stop in. Yeah, we were talking about how cold it is in America. It's been cold in most places in the country, and that says it's 65 in California, which is pretty unusual for them. It's been very cold here in Tennessee all week, colder than I've ever seen it since we've been here in 07. So anyway, glad you're here. And Ted is in the comments. I'm hoping he comes in. Now, just before I started, maybe 6 or 7 minutes before I started, I did see Will pop in because I had sent him the link. He popped in for a second. I turned my head and then he was gone. So I'm hoping he comes back. So meanwhile, let's see what else. Ren said, I wanted snow, but not like that in New York. I didn't know you even got snow in the Philippines. It shows you what I know. But yeah, you can hope for it. We've had our share of snow. Here in the Chattanooga area, we get snow about once every 3-4 years. And I guess it's been about 3 or 4 years since we had a snow. So we got somewhere between 1 inch and 2 inches the other day, which pretty much freezes the whole Chattanooga area. They're not used to this. But once it got cold, it just has stayed cold. So I'm hoping we get out of that soon. So I'm going to get to the stories. And if Ted comes in, great. And if Will comes back, that's also great. Will got us through last week, and Ted got us through the week before. It'd be nice if we could get them both. TJ, glad to have you here, brother. Appreciate it. So I'm just going to dive into the stories. And like I said, if Will or Ted pop in, I'll be very happy. Otherwise, you know what it is. It'll be a quick evening. So I'm going to share screen again. Go back to the show notes for tonight. And here we are. So I usually try to put the heavy duty stories second to give people time to come in. So that's what I did tonight. So I just happened to see this story. Probably most people don't even know it. X approved for its 15th state money transmitter license, getting closer to Elon's Everything app. So let's head over to Phone Arena and take a look. X, formerly Twitter, secures its 15th money transmitter license, paving the way for new payment features. Now, this was from 3 days ago. Since then, I know they've already been approved by 2 more states, one being Virginia. I'm not sure what the other one was. So now they're up to at least 17. They're trying to get to all 50, which you'll see. And this story was published on the 16th by Sveta Ermankova, and she does a lot of their stories, good writer. So let's pop this into reader view and get the facts here. X has been flying under the radar for a while now, with the occasional blip on the news scope, like when it gave verified businesses a price cut or forgot to cough up millions in bonuses. Yeah, I told that story. I covered that story 2 weeks ago on Friday Night Tech Talk. However, now it seems that the social media platform is inching closer to bringing Elon Musk's dream of it becoming the everything app to life. According to Reuters, X has secured a money transmitter license from Utah, marking the 15th U.S. state to give the green light as the company delves into the possibility of offering payment features. The license allows X to operate like PayPal's Venmo, and that's where Elon came from, originally PayPal, so you ought to know that, facilitating money transfers and potentially allowing users to send money to one another. Since taking over Twitter in October 2022, Musk has been on a mission to reshape the platform into an everything app. Yeah, he talks about that all the time, akin to the popular Chinese app WeChat. WeChat not only allows users to send messages, but also enables functions like hailing a taxi and making payments to merchants. So yeah, together with WeChat, you can do just like everything online. And that's where Elon wants to go. Okay. In line with Musk's vision, X snagged its initial state money transmitter license in New Hampshire back in June 2023. So he's moving pretty good. He's got at least 17 now. The approval streak continued with nods from Pennsylvania, Arizona, Georgia, Maryland, and Michigan. X is still awaiting approval from several other states, including California, New York, and Texas. So I know they got, since this article, they got approval from Virginia and one other state, but I don't know which one that is. Pardon me. The end goal is to snag licenses from all 50 states, giving X the green light to offer money transactions to users nationwide. We want money on X to flow as freely as information and conversation, X's CEO, Linda Yaccarino, said. It says once X's, I don't think. It should just say X's CEO, Linda Yaccarino, said. Dipping its toes into payments might be X's way of spicing things up beyond just digital ads, especially after taking a hit under Musk's reign. Some bigwig appetizers, Apple included, hit the pause button or bid farewell to the platform. Why? Well, Musk agreeing with an ex-user spouting off anti-Semitic conspiracy theory last year might have had something to do with it. After the transition from Twitter to X under Musk's ownership, a slew of changes has rolled out, bringing in a bunch of new features. In the first year post-Musk takeover, we saw longer post lengths. That was great. The inclusion of video and audio calls, the launch of various new premium subscriptions, and a whole lot more. And I did see a quick notification today, but I was working, that said the video and audio are fully functional now on X. So I guess you can try that if you want. So they're well on their way to becoming what Elon wants them to become. Stop screen for a minute. TJ, he says, I've been having the T-Mobile home internet for a year and it's been doing great. Yeah, I know Mike has had it almost since the day it came out. I tried to get it when they came in my area of Chattanooga, my street. They can't, for some reason, I can't get it on my street. I don't really need it there, but I wanted to try it. But the good thing is it's only for new customers that's getting the raise, and we'll get to that in a little while in the fourth story, I believe. So let me get out of this. And that's the only other comment. All right, so I'm going to move on to the second story. I'm still watching for Ted and or Will to come in. So back to sharing screen. Back to the show notes. Okay, the next one. Of course, the big one of the week, Galaxy Unpacked, which was 2 days ago. All that was revealed. I pulled it off CNET. So let's go there. Everything announced at Samsung Unpacked S24 phones, Galaxy AI in one surprise reveal. Yeah, everybody was surprised, and you'll see that in the story. I thought it was a very good event. I won't be getting the S24s, but I've told you guys that all along, only because next Tuesday is the worldwide release of the OnePlus 12. That's the one I plan to get. So I've also started looking, though, at the S23 Ultras, which I had to trade in to get my OnePlus Open because I ended up getting $900 off. But I'll be looking to get that back rather than get an S24, and I've already looked at getting a used one, and I'll probably be getting that maybe a month from now, a month and a half, something like that. Okay, today's Galaxy Unpacked event showed off Samsung's premium new phones for the first time, as well as an unexpected new wearable. And that's by David Lum and Serena Dayarum. So let's go into read a view and get rid of some of these ads. Okay. Okay. Samsung kicked off its year with the first big phone event of 2024. The debut of Samsung's newest smartphones, the Galaxy S24 series. Now get this, which bring on-device generative AI, that's a lie in my opinion, I'll explain why, along with upgrades to specs and cameras, was the main focus of today's Galaxy Unpacked event. They are determined, I think they're changing the definition of Galaxy, of generative AI. Let me stop screen for a minute just to kind of explain. Up until these phones started putting so much AI on them, like Samsung is, it was AI, but not generative AI, because what was the company? OpenAI. They actually got generative AI working, and what generative AI has meant up to now is that the AI can learn on its own without any human interaction. So the AI keeps reading the large language models. They learn. All of a sudden, they can come up with a thought or do something that they've never done before, and no one has taught them. That is generative AI because they're actually generationally changing. But now, Samsung and I guess a bunch of others are going to want us to think of generative AI as this stuff. No, this is just AI. It's not generative AI, no matter how much they say so. But they're probably going to change the definition. So I just wanted to get that out. So what you're getting on phones so far is definitely not generative AI. Okay, but Samsung had an unexpected product reveal at the end of Unpacked, the health tracking Galaxy Ring. Yeah, and it came out and they talked about it a little bit and didn't tell us much. A new Samsung device with no official launch date yet either, and no price either. As is usual for Samsung's earliest event of the year, its S24 flagship phones took center stage. The company's S-series phones rival Apple's iPhones and are often the first to debut new mobile technology featured in other premium Android headsets that come out later in the year, like the OnePlus 12 coming out next week, which that came out in China already. So you could say they were a little ahead of Samsung, or you could look at them as being behind because they're behind in the US. So let's see, got something in the comments. Oh, Renz is asking what today's sponsors. Well, Ted is not officially on the broadcast, Renz, so I don't know. But if he comes in, I'll certainly let you know. All right, back to the story. Galaxy S24 brings AI, brighter screens, and more. And they do some cool things. I got to give you that. In 2024, that new technology is generative AI. Well, to me, it's AI, which made a splash on the global stage when ChatGPT arrived in late 2022, and tech companies have rushed to integrate in their own products and services. Yes, and ChatGPT probably does have generative AI. Do any of these phone companies have it yet? I don't think so, but they're going to call it that because they're determined. Late last year, Qualcomm revealed that its Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 chip would come with on-device generative AI capability. So maybe it can do generative AI, but it has to learn on its own, not with humans telling it what to do. And the Galaxy S24 series are some of the first phones to launch with that silicon, except, like I said, the OnePlus 12 launched in November, I think November, with the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 chip. And so the one that's coming out in America next week has it also. So those will be the first two phones of the year with the 8 Gen 3. The S24 series uses a combination of on-device and cloud-based generative AI called Galaxy AI to pull off new tricks. Okay, I'm going to stop getting aggravated every time they say generative AI. You can see it bugs me, but I need to stop. Some we've seen before, like live translation, and that pretty awesome demo they did, suggesting different tones for text messages and expanding photos beyond their original backgrounds. Others are new, like turning a regular speed video into a slow motion one. That was pretty cool to watch. By generating frames in between what's been recorded. So it's actually coming up with some frames on its own. Maybe that's how they're trying to get away with calling it generative AI. It's my guess. And you guys should know that all this generative AI stuff, they didn't announce it, but a few people looked it up. And come 2025, come the end, I guess, of 2025, this generative AI stuff on Galaxy phones, at least, will no longer be free. They're going to start charging something. And none of us knows what they're going to start charging for. But some bigger YouTubers are pretty upset about that. So you should know, yeah, it's free for now, but within a year or two, it's not going to be free. So the S24 series also has more conventional upgrades on its predecessors, especially its top tier model. So yeah, I'm hoping if I get the S23 Ultra again, it'll get some of these features. The Galaxy S24 Ultra is more premium, trading its aluminum frame for a titanium body, and I believe that's where the $100 extra came in for the Ultra, and swapping a 10 megapixel 10x optical zoom camera for a 50 megapixel 5x optical camera to shoot sharper, distant photos. And I believe MKBHD and a few others saying even they went from the 10 to the 5x, that it's better. Some people, and I think Danny Wingett too said the same thing. All right, time out. Let me interrupt the story for a minute. Oh, and I believe Ted, are you there? Okay, he should be there somewhere. So, because I saw him peep in and I saw his head for a second. I guess he's walking around. But I'll go back to the story until he comes in fully. Okay. It also only comes with, we're talking about the S24 Ultra still. It also only comes with 12 gigabytes of RAM, no 8 gigabyte option. For these improvements, the base price is $1,300, which was $1,200 last year, up by $100 from last year's S23 Ultra. The standard S24 and S24 Plus haven't received many upgrades, though the screens are 0.1 inches larger than last year's, 6.1 inches and 6.7 inches respectively. The S24 Plus now has a Quad HD Plus resolution display, so that's a little bit of an improvement. The same as the S24 Ultra for a sharper picture than the HD Plus screen on its predecessor. Batteries are slightly bigger, with the S24 having a 4,000 milliamp battery and the S24 Plus a 4,900 milliamp capacity. So one's up 100, the other one's up 200. So I think Ted's back in here again. Let's see. Are you there? No, he's messing with me. Okay, I'll just stick with the story. Samsung has expanded its sustainability efforts, adding more recycled materials like cobalt in batteries and rare earth elements in speakers. Moreover, the Galaxy S24 phones will have 7 years of Android and security updates, so they caught up with Google, enabling owners to hold on to their phones into 2031. Who's going to hold on to their phone until 25? I think that's ridiculous. Just my opinion. But you can do it if you want to. The Samsung Galaxy S24 starts at $800, so that's the same as last year, while the S24 Plus starts at $1,000, also the same as last year, which are the same prices as last year's phones. The S24 Ultra starts at $1,300, which is up from last year's S23 at $1,200, a $100 price bump likely resulting from the switch in materials for more durability. I agree. And in turn, Samsung has dropped the prices for its older phones, which is great, with last year's Galaxy S23 now $700 and S23 FE down to $600. Well, that's good. Okay. Samsung shows off Galaxy Ring at its Unpacked event. And one more thing, this is it. To end the event, Samsung revealed a few new features coming to Samsung Health. Yeah, they did. To improve sleep tracking and other health measuring. But the big tease at the end was a reveal of the Galaxy Ring, which presumably will be packed with sensors to monitor your health throughout the day. Samsung didn't share much about the gadget, including price or release date, so they didn't really tell us much, but they did show it. So we don't know much about how it compares to rivals like the Oura Ring. Yeah, and everybody wants to compare it to that. But we expect to hear more about the Galaxy Ring before long. We don't even know when. So that was the Samsung S24 event. I thought
I'm excited about that ring.
You were excited about it?
Well, excited for, to buy a fitness ring that I don't have to pay subscription money for. But I'm sure Samsung's gonna find some way to.
Is the Oura Ring subscription? I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a subscription. It used to be a one-off purchase, but then they updated the ring, and then they brought in a subscription model. You can get some things, like maybe just your fitness, like your steps,
right,
and maybe your real-time heartbeat. But any analytical stuff, that's all under a paywall now.
Okay, I see. You said I do know somebody who was like, yeah, and Renz did say Renz is still watching. Glad you're still here, brother. I still have the S10e at the house and still works well, except for the battery. Okay, so he's saying he has it still at the house. I'm guessing that means it's not his daily driver anymore, though. That's my guess. But yeah, I love the S10e also, so I can't blame him. So how was your week? Okay.
Oh, it's been a doozy.
Well, your stats for your bicycle riding were nice this week.
That wasn't like current stats. That was from December. The longest time I ever cycled was that I was just sharing the day.
Oh, that's right. That was the December. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but otherwise,
anyway, I was very proud of you for that.
I've been barely on my bicycle this week at all. I don't think I've ever driven so much to work before.
Well, is it cold in Texas too? Is it cold in Dallas?
It's been cold.
Okay.
It got so cold that the bearings handle for my bicycle froze. So now it's hard to turn it. So I'm gonna have to go and have them lubricate the bearings now.
Okay. Hopefully, here the morning after the snow here, I have my car. Well, I haven't told you guys, but my Kia Sportage was just parked in front of the house as it always was. Some guy hit it and totaled it. Parked in front of the house. So
they didn't stop in time because it kept sliding.
No. This happened a month ago, or a little more than a month ago. Yeah, this was when it was still nice and warm. It was in December. In Tennessee, it's mostly nice and warm still in December. Well, 40s, 50s, 60s. So anyway, no, he said he couldn't see in the sun. He was coming up the hill in the sun. So, and my mind was saying, so you driving along and all of a sudden you can't see in the sun. And I didn't say it, but I wanted to say, did it not occur to you that when you're driving and you can't see, you stop? I wanted to say that to him, but I knew it. He looked like he might have been in his early 50s, and there was a lady cop there who was very nice. They came and took the report very nicely, and I think that's why the insurance company got everything done so fast, because the police report was so good. But I wanted to say that to him, and he turns around and says, I didn't have to stop at all. And if that cop wasn't there, I probably would have decked him right on the spot. And that's my problem.
He said that in front of the cop. He said he could have did a hit and run. Wow.
No. Yeah, he said that in front of us. It's stupid.
Like, did a felony? Jeez.
And I'm like, and I'm like, yeah, then you'd be a criminal. But I didn't say it, but I wanted to say it.
Felonious criminal.
But the Jersey guy in me wanted to hit the guy, and then, okay, how does it look? A 79-year-old guy beats up a guy in his early 50s. I don't know how it looked, but if she hadn't been there, it probably would have happened. I still have that Jersey temper. So.
Jeez, say sorry, move on. But hey, like put down the visor. Like I could have seen the sun.
So in any case, my turnaround with Progressive was pretty quick.
Okay.
Once I found out that it was totaled. And my favorite car in my 8 years of driving with Enterprise, my favorite car ever to drive was the Mini Cooper Countryman. Now,
Really?
Mini Coopers are a bit small for me, but the Countryman is like the station wagon of Minis. Well, the same place that I bought my Kia from, which is directly across the street from where I work, I said, well, did good with them before I went back. They had one Mini Cooper Countryman, and I got it.
Oh, congrats on the Countryman.
Okay, it's a year older than my Sportage was, but I'm loving the car. But the day after it snowed, most cars have handles that you pull and lift up.
Yep.
Well, the Countryman has you stick your hand in and you press with your fingers, so you're pushing in on the button. Well, the button was frozen.
Oh.
I had to go out there 5 times from morning until finally in late evening. I got one of the doors open, and then I went in through the back door and got all the other doors open. But it was frozen all day long. Now, of course, the streets were terrible, and where I live, it's a very steep hill. And now I'm at Eleanor's house. Now it's even steeper hills here, so she wasn't going anywhere. I wasn't going anywhere. So, but I'm very happy with the car, and most people didn't go to work. Like Monday, I went to work. My landlord, who also works where I work, he didn't go to work. He's from Florida. He wasn't about to drive in that stuff. So he was born and raised in Florida. He's lived here, I gather, not as long as I have. So he doesn't know what cold is like until he moved here. So I was able to go to work that day, and a lot of people didn't. So anyway, I was pretty happy with the car, and it's running very nicely. So are you ready to do the next story?
I'm on the phone, so I can't do any stories.
Oh, you can? Okay, then I guess I will do the next stories then.
Can I? Thinking maybe I can read it on your screen, but it looks so small. I do not like how they have this layout here.
Wait a minute. I just messed up.
I'm on Firefox mobile, and it's not lush.
Oh, somehow I didn't want to put me in there. Do you want to try to read it from my screen?
I have this whole poor use of space. Like I only have a third of the screen dedicated to seeing us, and then like the rest is just like not showing me anything at the bottom.
Okay, then I'll do the reading then.
Like,
I still got the wrong screen. Wait, what am I doing wrong? I'm talking while I'm trying to share screen. That's my problem, I think. Okay, now I have the right screen. Okay, I will continue with the next story. So, and I thought the whole circle to search thing was a Samsung thing. Turns out, no, it's not. It's an Android thing, which is good. So I guess that'll be coming to other phones also at some point. So I pulled that story straight from Google's blog. So circle to search is Android, not just Samsung. So I'm going to click on that. How do you dropped out somehow? Now you're sideways and frozen.
Yeah, I switched it to the desktop site.
Oh,
It's horrible.
so do you want to try to read instead? What do you,
Let me zoom in, zoom in. All right,
up
yeah,
eat?
I can probably, yeah, I'm zoomed into bejesus, but yeah, I can do it.
Okay. Whenever you're ready, it's ready for you.
All right,
All right, I'm going to go into.
circle or highlight to scribble, highlight or scribble to search. Circle. Since our early days, we've been focused. This is by Kathy Edwards, guys. We've been focused on helping connect people's curiosity to the information they're seeking. And through our investment in AI, we've developed completely new ways to express what you're looking for in the ways that most natural to you.
A little louder, please.
They needed AI to figure that out. Beyond text, we've already made it possible to ask a question with your voice, find the name of a song just by humming it, or search what you see using Lens. With every technological breakthrough, we've gotten closer to helping you search any way, anywhere. And today we're sharing our latest step toward that goal, Circle to Search. Introducing Circle to Search, our phones are a window to the world's information. Okay, skipping to the next paragraph.
Okay.
That's why we're introducing Circle to Search, a new way to search anything on your Android phone without switching apps. Okay, I didn't need to switch apps before.
Yeah. Now, as you're reading, people watch these screens because this actually shows what's kind of going on. But that'll be in the next paragraph.
Now, with a simple gesture, you can select what you're curious about in ways that are natural to you, like circling, highlighting, scribbling, or tapping, and get more information right where you are. Yeah. Circle to Search can now help you quickly identify items in a photo or video. Relevant ads will continue to appear in a dedicated slot throughout the page. Scroll up a bit.
Okay. Now, when we go down to the next, yeah, going down to the
For
next
example,
paragraph, I'm going to keep popping back up to show you it in that phone. So go ahead.
uh, maybe you need help identifying a few items a creator wore in their outfit of the day video, but they didn't tag the brands. Just long press on the home button or navigation
Go ahead.
in
Keep
that
going.
bar on your Android phone to activate Circle to Touch. From there, you can select any item that you see with your preferred gesture, like circling the sunglasses, to quickly find similar shoppable options across the web. You could. I was right.
Oh, are you reading it from my screen?
Yes, I've been
Oh,
reading
I'm
it from your
sorry. I
screen.
didn't realize this. Go ahead. Go ahead.
You could scribble the bag, tap on the boots to look those up too, all without leaving where you are. And when you're done, simply swipe away and you're back to where you started. Other at times, you might want to ask more complex questions about what you see. Let's say you're browsing social media and you come across an image of a delicious corn dog with some unique toppings. You've been seeing a lot of these online and are curious to learn more. With multi-search, the ability to search with text and images at the same time in our latest, all right, this is new, in our latest AI-powered upgrades,
Yep.
you can more easily understand concept ideas or topics from helpful information that's put together from across the web. Simply circle the corn dog and ask a question like, why are these so popular? And you'll quickly learn that these sweet and savory treats are Korean corn dogs. And they're trending because of their unique combination of flavors and textures, including meat and gooey melted cheese surrounded by a crunchy exterior and the growing popularity of Korean cuisine. Just like that, your curiosity is satisfied.
Okay. Let's stop for a minute and let me go back and show some of that. Because first, you got the first one, and here, circled the sunglasses and went and found the sunglasses for them. Okay, this is pretty cool stuff, I think. And then they went for the pocketbook, I think. And that they didn't circle, they just did squiggles over it, and it went and found the pocketbook. I think it's cool. And finally, they went for the boots, I believe. Yep, and just tapped, and it went and found the boots too. So I think that's very, very cool. Now we're talking about that corn dog. So they saw the corn dog and they're asking, why are these so popular? And it went and answered their question. So it's like a hot thing. And let's see, what else did they do here? Okay. I think they circle it too. Yeah. And then it goes and finds them. So all in all, I think the whole thing is pretty cool. Okay, now you can continue. You should be
Or
able to.
perhaps you're on YouTube Shorts and you notice a video covering an unfamiliar topic called thrift flipping. With circle to search, you can quickly scribble over the text thrift flip to learn that the process of purchasing items from the thrift store, fixing them up, and then reselling them for a profit. Now that you know, you can easily close out and resume watching the video.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. You can just highlight it and it just goes and tells you about it.
Yeah.
Oh, you sound bored to death.
It's been done. It's called Google Now on Tap.
Yeah, well, yeah. They're
We had it
using
since
their
Nexus
own
5.
products to
Google
do
took
this.
it away. I'm not excited about something that just got repackaged and sent back to me.
Well, that's true.
We had this before. It was called Google Now on Tap. And you had to do less stuff. Okay, all you just had to do was just press and hold the Google button, and it scans the page, and it'll just give you all the search results on stuff you wanted to find out about.
I don't know. Somehow, to me, it's cooler or more immediate. I don't know. I'm just more impressed by it. I don't know. Maybe it took Samsung to impress me. I don't know. All right, you going to read the last paragraph?
Circles to Search is launching January 31st on select premium Android phones. That includes the Pixel 8, Pixel 8 Pro, and the new Galaxy S24 series. Oh my gosh.
And that's all. But I'm hoping when I get the S23 Ultra again, I'm guessing they're going to be putting it back to there. So we'll find out, I guess.
Let me zoom out.
Was that your speaker talking?
Was it me?
I thought I heard something. Well, maybe it's just my old ears. Okay. On to the next one. Let me see if there's anything new in the comments first. Let me stop screen for a minute. And says about the Galaxy S10e, Flappy Bird from APKPU still works. Okay, so he keeps it for the. And that was a good game. I got to give him that. Okay. Josh. That's Josh from my job. He's one of the managers. Oh, he's the manager of the place where we report to in the morning before we go driving everywhere. So glad you're here, Josh. Thanks for coming in. All right. I'm going to go back to present screens. And I'll take the next story. Okay, and this story is not so great.
Let me take it.
You want to take it?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So this was Suit accuses T-Mobile of intentionally lying to Congress while swindling minorities. This is heavy-duty stuff. And this was all to get that.
I'm a minority.
Well, yeah, but they didn't kill your business. They did kill, I gather, a bunch of minority businesses.
And plus, I'm not on T-Mobile.
Oh, yes. And I've been on T-Mobile for, I think, 11 or 12 years now. So
did they kill your business?
No, my business is still growing. My business is what I'm doing right now. So, okay, whenever you're ready.
You had to move for your business to grow, right? You had to move.
I had to, when I started doing this, I had to get off of Sprint, which was still CDMA, just like Verizon was, and get on T-Mobile or AT&T. So that I could get on what the rest of the world was on, because remember, Sprint and Verizon were on CDMA and the rest of the world wasn't.
That was years ago, wasn't it? Like 2000
for me this was
15?
But Sprint and Verizon stayed with CDMA until, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 years ago. You know, they started doing both, but they wouldn't let go of CDMA for a long time. So anyway, that's what brought me to T-Mobile. But before that, Eleanor and I were 11 years with Sprint. Yeah.
I can't believe you say you're networks now, but you were on Sprint for so long.
Yeah, of course. We keep in mind, I wasn't doing any YouTube stuff, and we were perfectly okay with Sprint, and it was fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Especially in Orlando.
Maybe so. All right. Class action snoot against T-Mobile claims it lied to Congress and ripped off minority-owned stores. Well, I think they're talking maybe about T-Mobile stores then.
Yeah, they are. They're
Oh,
talking
okay.
about.
Alan Friedman. I thought it was just like anywhere in the mill store that depended on their
No,
service.
they're going to specify. They're talking about mainly. I guess they got minority stores to shut down and ended up cheating a lot of them. So it says anyway.
So T-Mobile is currently embroiled in a class action lawsuit, according to this article by Alan Friedman, brought by the individually owned T-Mobile stores. The owners of these stores say that T-Mobile lied to Congress when it said the merger with T-Mobile resulted in the opening of hundreds of retail stores. Instead, these store owners said that T-Mobile ended up buying up minority-owned locations for little to no compensation.
So like the opposite of what they said, and they did say that. I remember that.
Per top class actions, the stores and T-Mobile met virtually on December 18th to try to reach a mediated agreement. In a letter to the judge, U.S. District Judge Diane Gujarati, the plaintiff said that the two sides could not reach an agreement. The T-Mobile will now ask the court to hear its motion to dismiss the suit, while the stores are asking the court to begin the discovery process, during which both sides exchange a list of evidence they plan on presenting to court. In court, T-Mobile fails to reach. The class action suit claims that T-Mobile conspired with national T-Mobile retailer and master dealer Arc Telecom to close or buy the mostly minority-owned T-Mobile stores. The complaint alleges that Arc Telecom attempts to close the plaintiff stores for absolutely zero compensation, depriving them of their livelihood and disgorging them of their investments. This is occurring at the same time as this complaint is being filed. Arc Telecom is the third largest T-Mobile retailer with over 400 stores in 32 states. Okay, this is whole like.
Yes. So
is it like a franchise? These stores, like
yeah.
what?
So understand what's going on here. You had this huge store owner or telecom that owned 400 stores. Obviously, they wanted to put the little individual owners out of business. Well, it turns out the little individual owners were mostly minorities. So, and I'm sure Arc Telecom didn't care whether they were white, black, or anything else, but they wanted to put them out of business, and they did. So, if they can prove this is true, I think they're going to get big time paydays.
But how does it mostly come out that they're mostly minority stores? Is like what area did this happen in?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure because we have T-Mobile around here, and this is no minority area, but I can see where a lot of individual stores might be in minority areas. So, although I would have thought it would have been Metro and stuff like that, but I guess they were there.
The plaintiffs are essentially community-based T-Mobile stores, and they are what T-Mobile and Arc Telecom prefer to call sub-dealers. T-Mobile and Arc Telecom hold the latter out to be a master dealer. Using its operating standards, T-Mobile controls in substantially every aspect of the plaintiff's business. Again, I am so confused by the business structure of T-Mobile and its motor stores.
Yeah, but look how T-Mobile and Arc Telecom call themselves master dealers, and these little individual dealers, they're just sub dealers. In other words, they're nothing. So I can see, and Master and Arc Telecom has the same attitude about themselves that T-Mobile, like they're the big shots here.
So I'm guessing to say like it's not like an Apple, like Apple stores where like at the end of the day everything all serves Cupertino, like it's all Apple.
No. Here, I guess the store owners are serving themselves as much or more than T-Mobile.
It's like a fiefdom almost.
Yeah, exactly. Crazy. So they wanted to put these little guys out of business, and I guess they did.
Cites comments made by the T-Mobile CEO John Legere at the time of the merger announcement with Sprint that said, "We'll build hundreds of stores." Well, that I knew was a lie.
Yeah, that's the exact opposite of what happened.
Yeah, that is true.
And I remember him saying
that. Stores closed down,
Yeah.
We'll build hundreds of stores. Legere also pushed jobs as a reason why the T-Mobile purchase of Sprint made sense. Plaintiffs know that T-Mobile never informed the sub-dealers prior to the approval of the merger that it planned to close stores such as the plaintiff stores. The plaintiffs seek $100 million in compensatory damages and $1 billion in punitive damages plus attorney fees, which are likely to be substantial. The filing explains how many of the plaintiffs took a hit financially. One sub-dealer was initially offered $35,000 for a store. Which was raised to
It gets
$100,000.
better. Keep reading.
However, the store had been recently renovated, costing the owner $120,000, so that their offer was turned down.
So you see what they did here. The store was worth $35,000. Now, at some point, somebody offered them $100,000 for it, but because it had been renovated, somehow they weaseled out of it. But you'll see, and
oh my God, was it renovated because it used to be a Sprint store and it had to be renovated to a T-Mobile store?
It could be. I don't know.
That would be dastardly.
Wow. Although here in our mall, when you walk in one doorway of the mall, there's this T-Mobile store, 3 doors in, and it's been there all along, long before the merger. Well, right outside the mall, in back, from that same door, maybe 400 feet away, was a Sprint store. That Sprint store is now a T-Mobile store, and they didn't renovate anything there, and it still looks nice. So I don't see where the renovation would have been a Sprint store, but I guess it's possible.
Yeah. But with the contract between T-Mobile and the plaintiff set to expire in June of 2024, T-Mobile had the upper hand as they tried to create what the plaintiffs called an artificial termination date of March 2023. Plaintiffs say T-Mobile played a dirty game of squeeze and buy.
And you can see what they did. They were offered $100,000. It had been renovated, but T-Mobile saying, "Oh no, we want out of this contract by March," which means they probably end up getting practically nothing for it.
Lawsuit says that the April 2020 merger between T-Mobile and Sprint was an anti-competitive acquisition and collectively cost U.S. small businesses and AT&T and Verizon subscribers billions of dollars.
Yeah, so you can see where they always say these mergers could be anti-competitive, but in this case, it shows that it actually was anti-competitive. So I can see the points. You know. I'm usually not on the side of the one who says, "Well, the big guys screwed me," but in this case, I think the big guys did screw them.
Big guys usually screw people. What are you talking about?
This was just more brazen, I think, than most. And keep in mind, they pretty much did the opposite of everything T-Mobile said they were going to do if they approved the merger. Yeah. So I think if they can prove that everything they're saying is true, then I think they deserve every cent of that money, and I hope they get it. So you still have sun where you are, or is that just a light from your lights?
That's the light from my lights.
Oh, okay. It kind of looked like light coming through a window. Okay, I'm going to the next one. Let's see. Okay, nothing new in the comments. All right, next story. Back. Another T-Mobile story, not quite as bad. I mean, they're raising prices, so only for some people, though. T-Mobile home internet price hike for new customers this week, which I believe happened yesterday. So I pulled it off of CNET, but it was in a bunch of places. T-Mobile is going back to $60 per month pricing for home internet service. I didn't know they had started at $60 and then dropped to $50 for most people. I know Mike got it right away. I tried to get it, but my block, they're not coming on. New customers looking to switch to T-Mobile service will be paying more, and there's no longer a promise that the carrier won't raise rates in the future. So they're at least keeping their promise to people like Mike about not raising rates, and we'll see that in the story. So let me go into read a view, get rid of some of these ads. This is by Eli Blumenthal, and it's from, we got to get when it was from. It's from 3 days ago. Okay. T-Mobile is raising the rates for its home internet service. After news leaked online on Reddit on Tuesday, T-Mobile confirmed to CNET that it will once again be charging $60 per month for new home internet users who don't also have the carrier's wireless service. So when they first opened, I gather you could pay $50 per month if you were a T-Mobile wireless subscriber. The new charges go into effect Thursday, which was yesterday, and the $60 per month pricing includes a $5 per month discount for automatic payments. Yeah, they love their automatic payments. T-Mobile wireless users who are looking to add home internet after that date will still be able to get a discount, but how large of a savings will depend on which wireless plan. This is all tied to your wireless plan. Those with Go 5G Next, Go 5G Plus, or Magenta Max, that's close to what I have, I believe, will get $20 off the monthly price of home internet, while those on other wireless plans will get $10 off their monthly rate. Existing T-Mobile home internet users won't see their prices increase. Mike won't get nailed for this, with the carrier having previously introduced a price lock promise of not raising prices for existing users. So I guess they're actually keeping a promise here. New users will get a price lock promise, but it will be a bit different than what has previously offered. The carrier is no longer promising that it won't raise prices in the future, because I guess that already bit them, but will instead offer to cover the final month of service if it ever raises prices and the customer then cancels service as a result of the rate hike. Now, get this, they even made this kind of tricky. Users will simply need to let the carrier know within 60 days that they are leaving to get the bill covered. So there's still some qualifications you got to meet. My guess is they're going to mess with you on that. But hopefully they actually do get that final month paid if they leave. The new change brings T-Mobile back to a familiar price point. When T-Mobile first began rolling out its home internet option in pilot form, it charged $50 per month for users who also didn't have its wireless service. In March 2021, it quietly raised the price to $60 per month as it expanded for a wider launch before dropping it back down to $50 per month in October of that year. I didn't know they had done that back and forth. The pricing included taxes, fees, equipment, and an auto-pay discount. Last year, the carrier adjusted its auto-pay rules to remove credit cards. I guess the credit cards must have been burning them pretty good, requiring users to pay with a bank account or a debit card if they wanted a discount. Yeah, I pay with my bank account. Without the auto-pay savings, the rate would be $5 more per month. T-Mobile is the latest, so they're not the only ones. Wireless carrier to adjust its pricing. Last week, AT&T revealed it would be raising the rates on its unlimited plans, with new users seeing the hike immediately, and existing users getting their rates bumped in March. So my guess is Verizon is probably going to follow, but I don't know that for sure. But I wouldn't be a bit surprised. Anyway, like I said, it's not bad like the other story was, but I'm sure it's not going to make the new customers happy. All right, we're down to the last story. It's iOS. You want to do it?
What's this about?
It's about iOS 17.3 coming next week.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Yes or no?
No, thank you. No.
Okay, I will read it then. All right, iOS 17.3 confirmed to arrive next week. This is from Tom's Guide. You guys thought I was going to get through a week without Tom's Guide? Not a chance. iOS 17.3 release confirmed for next week. Yeah, this beta was going on for a while. Here's all the new features by Josh Render, published yesterday. Apple's next update is nearly in bloom. So, enter review. Apple has confirmed that iOS 17.3 will be released next week, according to the small print of a seemingly unrelated press release. In a January 17th release, so 2 days ago, about its new Black Unity collection, Apple mentions that the new Unity Bloom iPhone and iPad wallpaper for the lock screen will be available next week and requires iPhone 10s or later running iOS 17.3. If the new wallpaper needs iOS 17.3 to run, then it stands to reason that the update will launch at the same time. Very logical. Unity Bloom is the newest in a line of black Unity wallpapers. I had no idea there was such a thing. From Apple, which it launches semi-regularly in iPhone, iPad, and Apple Watch versions. This will coincide with the release of a new black Unity Sport Band for the Apple Watch that also releases next week. So what's coming in 17.3? Outside of the new wallpaper, there are a few new features that come with iOS 17.3. So, of course, I'll be getting this on mine next week. The biggest feature is the inclusion of the new, this I think is good, new stolen device protection system, which makes it harder for thieves to access information on stolen phones. That's good. When stolen device protection is active, so I guess you have to turn it on, it is no longer possible to perform certain actions without the owner's biometric data. That's great. Such as using payment information saved on the device. So they might have my phone, but they can't use it if they don't have my thumb, is my guess, or my face. It also adds a 1-hour security delay for certain features like trying to change the phone's passcode, add or remove face and touch ID. I think that's a wonderful, wonderful touch. Finally, iOS 17.3 will release a collaborative playlist option for Apple Music subscribers, which is not me. This feature was originally expected to come out with iOS 17.2, but was pulled due to concerns about potential misuse. So I wonder how they got around those concerns. The collaborative playlist allows Apple users to create and share communal playlists, as well as add reactions to each other's selections. That's kind of cool, I guess. iOS 17.3 is not a massive or flashy addition to the phone, but I think the security stuff is great. It does bring a few welcome features, and hopefully none of the bugs that plagued the second beta. I got the people that had the second beta really got driven crazy by it. I've seen a lot of videos on it. We will likely see much bigger changes to iOS when Apple announces iOS 18. Everybody's expecting that to be huge at WWDC 2024, which typically takes place in June. iOS 18 will reportedly include new Apple AI features in a much smarter Siri. Well, Siri always needs to get smarter, in my opinion. Just my opinion. So that was the last story that I had. So you didn't have any product to show right this week?
No, not on my bus. I kind of had dinner.
Oh, okay. Yeah, usually you're eating or drinking while we're broadcasting. So.
Yeah, this time I ate before the stream.
Okay, see, that is unusual for you, and we appreciate that. Okay, folks. So, hey, we did make it past 9 o'clock, which was good. And without Ted, we wouldn't have. But I think we had good stories. And all of you guys who are getting the S24, go for it. Yeah, I'll be getting the S23 at some point, probably in February. I'm guessing, maybe in March. But I love that phone so much, so I'll be getting it back. So very glad Tez was here once again. And he didn't do the light off and on stuff to drive me crazy like he normally does, which is good. I shouldn't have said that because that's going to tell him next time I'll get him. So you got a busy weekend coming up?
Yeah, I'm gonna be volunteering for this film festival that's coming next week.
Okay, you just volunteered for one a few months ago too, didn't you?
That was for Vid Summit, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to be getting to know you, and pretty soon you won't be speaking to us anymore. I get it.
I was actually supposed to be getting a camera, the DJI Osmo Pocket. I ordered it from this camera store like before December. Hold on.
Really?
Yeah, but they were on back order.
Oh, okay.
Even though they were on back order, they still took the money though off my card.
Of course they did. Yeah, that you say I hate when they do it. To me, they should do like most places. They don't take the money off your card until they ship.
Yeah, until they ship it, until they deliver, until they ship it. But
exactly.
But no, they took the money off the card, and it's got to the point now where the card's like, hey, we got the statement, so get ready to pay it. And I'm like, Hey, so I don't have the camera yet.
All right. So is it on the way? Are you tracking it?
No, they haven't sent it to me. They don't have it. They don't have it.
Oh, they still don't have it. Oh, wow. That's
So I said, just cancel it then, because DJI has it on the website.
okay. Yeah, exactly.
But apparently they can't cancel it, so I have to go over there. They need my card in person, so I have to.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go there. Well, at least it's in Dallas, right?
Yeah, it's a 40 minute drive. So I'm just like, oh.
Well, yeah, Dallas is big. It takes a long time to drive across Dallas. I know that for a fact.
It's annoying.
Well, hey, but if you have to cancel it, I think that's the best thing to do. Just go ahead and get it done, because that's a month and a half already, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So can't you order this from what's the huge camera store nationwide?
You're thinking of B&H.
B&H, yeah. Can't you order this from B&H?
No, they're actually all back ordered. Adorama, B&H.
Really? Wow, that's
The
heavy
only
duty.
places that have it now is.
I'm surprised. B&H is the biggest, right?
Yeah, I think B&H is the biggest one.
Okay. I remember when B&H was only in New York when I used to work in New York back in the 70s.
They're only in New York.
Are they? No. They have a store in Atlanta here. I've been to it a couple times.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think the last time I was there was maybe 5-6 years ago. But yeah, it's really easy to get to from Chattanooga. I can drive there in like 2 hours.
But yeah, I just canceled an order from DJ. It's on DJI's website.
Yeah. Obviously, the best thing to do now is order it direct. That's for sure.
The only reason why I gave the camera store this time of day was, supporting a local camera store.
Yeah.
And also, they're doing a deal where they would pay the tax off it, which is like, $53 savings. So
Okay.
all right, but good. No
But
point.
now the aggravation is not worth it.
Yeah, not having the camera is not worth it.
Exactly. So are you doing this tomorrow?
That time I gotta drive up to Denver. No, I'll probably do it on Sunday. No,
Okay.
on Sunday. Oh,
What suburb is it close to? I think I know most of the suburbs.
Fort Worth.
Oh, so yeah, you're going over towards the airport direction then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Airport, but yeah.
Yeah, that is a bit of a drive then. Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. Well, hopefully you'll be much happier next week.
Hopefully. Also, on sad news, I broke my. We can save this for the after once the stream is done. But anyway, thanks for coming, guys.
All right, guys. Thanks for everybody who came in. Josh, always happy to see you. I'll see you at work on Monday. And everybody, I hope everybody has a very blessed weekend. And I guess in most of this country, I've got to say, try to stay warm, guys. And it was so good to have Renz in here, because I know he's busy at work on Saturday. So you guys have a very blessed weekend. And let's always remember, we all do better when we love each other. Here comes that pregnant pause as that on the screen.